As of late, you could say emotions have been running high, and I love every second of it. The scary thing is, we're already more than halfway through this season, and I think we're just getting started. We've seen teammates get in disagreements. We've seen players constantly talk about how much they hate losing, even though they keep doing it. That's tough, but what's even tougher is perhaps when your idols become your rivals, or maybe that's legendary. When you're having one of the best rookie seasons we've ever seen from the point guard position, you don't have to ask for respect. Your playstyle demands it. Kind of like how Andre Iguodala demanded that he not play this season for the Memphis Grizzlies. He thought they would be bad, but they're not. Shocking the league, the Grizzlies didn't only chase the 8 seed, they caught it. But of course that doesn't mean they're by themselves. They still have a long ways to go. Like I said, the show is just getting started. This video, we're going to be talking about the Stephen Curry and Ja Morant feud on Twitter and what it really means. Not only are we going to talk about that, but we're going to talk about players' reactions to that, and we're going to talk about the Iguodala trade and everything that it means for the Miami Heat and the Memphis Grizzlies. With that being said, before we go any further, guys, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another D-Coop video, and that's facts. I'm trying to get to 200,000 subscribers so I can go full time and bring you guys daily content. So be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You guys know the deal. This is the part of the video where the first question commented on the last video gets answered. What team, if no injuries were involved, would win the title in your opinion? So first, I want to give a big shout out to everybody that watches the channel and everybody that supports the channel. I appreciate it so much, man. And everybody that leaves kind words on the videos, like, you guys don't understand like how awesome that is to see. So I appreciate all of it. Now, to answer the question, this is somewhat of an easy one for me because I think the Milwaukee Bucks are just too good. Don't get it confused. I want the Lakers to win the championship, but the Bucks, I think, have the highest point differential in the league. They're top 2 in offense. They're top 2 in defense. They're beating teams so bad on average, they don't have to worry about load management. Their starters are playing like 10 less minutes than everybody else's starters. An old school big basketball team, great at rebounding, great on defense. One of the most versatile bigs in the game. I'm not just talking about Giannis, I'm talking about the Lopez brothers. You look at these guys, you got one of them spacing to the 3, hitting from deep, and he's not sacrificing defense. He's also a really capable, really good shot blocker, and arguably the best coach in the league. With that being said, guys, be sure to follow my IG, handle G like Coop. You will not want to miss another post. This situation is somewhat absurd, and I love every second of it. I cannot stress that enough. So this whole thing between Stephen Curry and Ja Morant pretty much starts off with this statement from Dillon Brooks. Actually, let's go back even further. Let's go back before the statement from Dillon Brooks. Let's really get to the bottom of how this whole thing really unraveled. June 30th, 2019, the Warriors trade Andre Iguodala to the Memphis Grizzlies, and they also did this with the draft pick. They sent the draft pick along with Iguodala. They wanted to dump salary. They wanted to try to create space to go ahead and re-sign Kevin Durant or to have the incoming D'Angelo Russell. Because if you guys remember, that situation with D'Lo and KD was a sign and trade. The Warriors needed to create some cap to make this sign and trade work, and they did it. But it's somewhat absurd when you think about it because Andre Iguodala is a finals MVP. This is a player that was incredibly symbolic to everything that Golden State represented during their run. For him to be shipped off like this, it's again kind of ridiculous. But this is how franchises remain good for the long term. A lot of these franchises, like maybe so like the Patriots, these guys are shrewd business people. They do what's best for the team and not always the player. It's always interesting to see where a team's loyalty lies. That's why I never am upset for a player for doing what's best for them. Now, what's interesting though is I don't remember seeing Iguodala say anything bad about the Warriors organization, and I don't remember any Warriors players bad-mouthing the organization for the move either. Of course, they were mad that Iguodala was on the move, and they were incredibly sad about that, but there were no bad words being uttered at all, at least in my memory. You guys can let me know if there were down in the comments below. So pretty much upon arrival, Andre and the Grizzlies agreed that Andre isn't going to play a minute for this team, that he's going to be somebody that is immediately on the move, and the Grizzlies are going to look for teams to trade him to. They're going to try to find the best situation for him and also the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, at this point, I don't think things were entirely toxic and coming from a hateful place. The Grizzlies probably thought they would be bad this season too, so it probably wasn't the biggest of deals. They wanted the pick, that's why they got Andre. Another indicator that this was actually a mutual agreement, like they said, is that Andre was allowed to still engage in private workouts. So let's fast forward to like 2 days ago. Iguodala still isn't traded. He's still on the roster, still hasn't played a game. Dylan Brooks comes out and drops this statement. This statement is about Andre Iguodala, by the way. I can't wait till we find a way to trade him so we can play him and show him what Memphis is really about. Ja Morant sees this and he loves it. He drops the say it louder emoji. This is where things get good. He also favors a tweet, F Iguodala. At this point, Iguodala was ready to miss the full season if he couldn't get traded. Let me add this. Andre is getting paid during all of this. He's not missing any checks. He's going on shows and kind of bragging and saying that missing this much time has been good for him. And he feels like it's added years on to his career, which is actually completely logical and which is going to be big for the Miami Heat this season. And we'll touch on that in a little bit. This is where Stephen Curry comes in. He drops the picture of Andre Iguodala with the championship trophy, finals MVP type stuff. This is posted to Stephen Curry's IG story, by the way. He wanted everybody to see this. He's got his boys back. No shame in that. Ja sees the reply, and Ja drops the picture of Kevin Durant with the trophy. Now, this is the part that got me. I want to know what you guys think about the reply that Ja had. Is this a Heat reply or not? Because I'm kind of not leaning towards Heat, but I do like the effort from Ja Morant. This is where Twitter comes in. They find an old tweet from Ja, figure out Ja was a Curry fan, and Ja replies, deleted for what? If you scroll down my Twitter, you'll see I'm talking about Curry a lot. Probably some other players too. I was a fan and still a fan, but I ain't scared of him. Now that was Heat. He gave him his props, he gave him his respect, but at the same time, he let him know that he's not scared of him. He's ready to hoop, he's ready to go at any time. We've seen Ja turn up on Harden before, and we all know Ja used to be a Rockets fan, and a big one at that. After this whole situation, Ja and Curry ended up exchanging friendly DMs. They cleared the air on the whole situation. Sounds like it's all in competitive fun, but behind every joke, there's a little truth, right? Or that's at least how the saying goes. Let me know how you guys feel about this whole situation down in the comments below. And now, of course, we have the Miami Heat trading Justice Winslow for Andre Iguodala. The Heat are trying to be the best defensive team in the league, one of the most versatile, and I love what they're doing. I love the defensive potential that this team has. It's absolutely mind-boggling. Jimmy Butler, Andre, Bam Adebayo, more capable players and defenders on the roster. I know I'm missing players. This team's potential is absolutely absurd, and now reports are coming out that the Miami Heat were interested in Draymond Green. When I say this team is trying to be the best, they know what they're doing, and they know that in the playoffs, defense is even more important. That's one thing I love about playoff basketball. All of this other nonsense, all of these high scores, all of this stuff, it really kind of goes out the window, and you find exactly what players can do when the spotlight is on, when everything is up for grabs. Playoff basketball is so different from regular season. It's more physical. Teams are more locked in. Players are playing harder. The effort is higher. Different intensity. All of that. I love every second of it. By the way, Grizzlies just extended Dylan Brooks, who's having a breakout season. Winslow, if utilized properly, can be a major piece for the Grizzlies. He has a lot of potential and a lot of steps to take to fulfill that potential. Shout out to the Grizzlies for trying to build something special. And shout out to CJ McCollum for this response about the whole Andre Iguodala situation. Oh yeah, how could I forget? Danilo Gallinari. I told you guys this deadline would be a good one, and it's not disappointed. Miami wants a max player in 2021, but my question is, who? They're already loaded and still looking to get better. With that being said, be sure to click the video on the screen right now, guys. It's me going over the D'Angelo Russell to the Timberwolves trade. I'm D-Coop. Be sure to subscribe, notice on, and I'm out.